We are back here again, and it has been a fantastic day at Amada's Open House. Everyone's gone home though.
It's a hot day.
It's really hot.
So for those that are not familiar, today has been the hottest day, the hottest June day in the UK since 19 something or other, before I was born just.
Yeah.
But it's been a hot day, but it's been a great day.
Really
We've been Amada learning about all of their technology.
Yeah.
The theme of the open house has been
Automation and
automate
service.
everything.
Automate everything.
Growing with
Their customers.
We've had the opportunity
I've
to
been
meet
infiltrated.
with the Amada business team.
Yeah.
You've met with customers.
I've been talking to customers. What we're going to do is we're going to take you on a little tour of their open house, just to give you a little bit of a tease on their technology and just say what we've learned from being here today. But for me, every single time I've said, what do you like about Amada, to their customers, they keep going on about service. So they're obviously doing something right.
Yeah. So we spent a bit of time with the business team, but we've also spent time with the product team, the technical team.
Yeah.
Starting with this beautiful press brake machine over to the side. So this is an HRB 1003. Now, we're novices in the world of sheet fabrication and press brakes, but what's really stood out for me with this machine is its ease of use, its automation. It's got hundreds of meters of punch tool dies in that carousel there. It can load all of those necessary tools in a minute, 2 minutes.
Yes, it actually tells you, doesn't it?
It estimates what the load time is going to be, and it's within a second. It's really accurate.
Yeah.
To do that manually would take
I think it's like, did he say something about 20 minutes or half an hour?
15, 20 minutes to load up a full suite of punch tools.
Yeah.
Does that in a minute. So there's huge productivity gains.
I think it was 1 minute and 38 seconds, the demo that he did, and everyone was like, whoa, wow, that's good.
Great demo of that machine earlier on. We've also talked about a number of their laser cutting machines. So this one is Amada's Ventus series. It's got a 6 kilowatt laser on it. It's got some trick technology in there that allows it to have the capabilities of an 8 kilowatt laser with some really nice technology in there that keeps the laser beam focused in a particular way to improve product quality, to avoid dross, to drive productivity gains in terms of speed. You're either cutting through thicker material, more power, or thin material, faster because of the more power.
But there you can see a great big tower connected to it, and this is where they kind of have their automate everything here. You know what's quite interesting is when you have a technology day like they have had here, their customers, but basically some customers have never been here before.
Nope.
And even though they're customers, maybe an MD's bought a machine from years ago and they haven't been here. But they said, you know, it's really good to be inspired about where we can take our business. Yeah. And I think this kind of symbolises that with automation and a tower like this.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand with the machine. You've got a machine with a lot of throughput. You need to find automation technology to feed that hungry machine so it can consume the stock material, produce the parts. And when those parts are produced, you need to eject them from the machine. And how do you do that, Linz?
By this machine. This here is the TK2. Tell us about this one.
So you've got your sheet stock that's come off the machine, you've got all of the parts that have been cut into it. This device has a combination of suction cups, magnetic cups, vibrating ejection plates.
That's cool.
All of that technology allows you to pick up your components delicately, place them carefully either on the table or on the floor or on another shelf, protecting the parts. And you can see a great example of some of the components that have been produced on this machine and handled with care by the TK part ejection system. 80th, we'll talk about that later on.
Absolutely.
Because this is a big year for the Amada brand.
Talking about feeding machines, you've been well fed today, haven't you?
Delicious food, yeah. Obviously,
Japanese?
This is a Japanese company in quality, precision.
The
culture of Amada screams out, and it goes all the way through to the food that they provided as well. So the food was delicious today.
Can I just show you this as well? They've had a bit of fun today, so they've had some caricatures. Where's yours? That's one's
me.
yours. Does it look like us? The caricature was amazing.
I think he was very kind because I'm a lot fatter than that, a lot greyer than that.
And this is David, our cameraman. So you don't see him, so that's what he looks like.
Looks nothing like him. He's far more handsome than that, has to be said. So what else have we got here to see, Lindsay? The EGB over there. What is that? Why are we looking at that today?
Okay, so if you've got a press brake that's say like 3 meters or in length,
Yep.
and you want something that is a little bit smaller and a bit more ergonomic, then this is the machine to do that. What I really like about this machine is this vision system that they've got here, and this is a camera that sits above all the tooling, looking down. So when you're pushing or feeding your stock in, you can look up here and you can see exactly what you need to do. Now you can imagine this is great for this, but they can also have a system like this set up on a larger press brake. And with that being the case, what are they called when you like count your steps? So on your watches, basically.
Thing,
yeah. So when you're counting your steps, and you can imagine if you're an operator and you're using this and you've got to check something over there, you've got to come back. They're basically addressing that by having a screen like that can be moved up and down the machine. So it just makes it, they're thinking about the engineer.
It's the attention to detail. And we've seen it time and time again, where they don't just deliver a machine, they put some thought into the usability of that machine and the impact it has.
Absolutely. The NSYS, I haven't covered this machine.
No. So what is this machine? This is a laser cutting machine. It has a laser that can go from 6 up to 26 kilowatts. It is a rapid machine, but if we look very carefully on one side of it, it has got sheet stock feeding. So it has the ability to process sheet metal stock, but it's also got bar feed capabilities on it as well. So if you're looking to process tubes or sheet, this is a great option. The way it was described was an 80-20 split. Now what does that mean?
70-30, so if you have inquiries where, say, a smaller amount of your inquiries are for, say, tube, for example, then you can have a machine like this because you've got the option to do both. So they say like 70-30 or 80-20. If you've got that, so you can use it.
Because the alternative would be to buy two separate
machines
machines and only utilise the tube cutting machine irregularly, rarely, which would be a wasted investment. Another machine over there was the combination machine.
Oh,
so
yes.
this again is combining two key processes together. It's punch forming. So you've got punch dies in there that allow you to punch holes, slots, features, gangs of features in one hit. But following the same thing we just talked about with the NSYS before, this combines technologies together. So you've got punch forming and laser cutting. So it's got that flexibility of those two processes combined together with great automation in there, so you can load those punch dies up. Some parallel processing, so whilst the punch dies are in action, your laser's getting ready to go. When you're using the laser, the punch dies are getting configured to use. Again, attention to detail means those machines run really, really slick.
I just love the fact that when we talk about that, it's like no downtime, no downtime. So this is their flagship model, and I am absolutely wowed by this. There's so much that's going on here. When you look at it, you know more of the stats than I do, but it's 240
meters a minute linear drive feed rate.
Linear drive, they're
rapid,
fast.
5G acceleration. It goes beyond just that though. This machine is a premium because of its build quality. It has got automated vision systems in it where it can check the nozzles. Don't forget, on a laser machine,
Yes.
the nozzles are consumables.
Yes, they are.
Will wear out, they will burn out. So this machine can check those nozzles. It has a bank of 16 nozzle slots in the front of the machine.
Yeah.
And you only really need 8 of those nozzles to process a typical project, multiple parts. But when one of those nozzles burns out, you've got a spare bank, meaning the machine can change itself over, keep running, keep producing without waiting for an operator to get involved.
When you see the speed of this machine, it is insane. Now, I'm not the one with a checkbook. I don't think people have those nowadays. However, what I would say is a machine like this, if you're investing in a machine that is so powerful, that has the speed that it has, automate it.
It's got some great tech. Things like the ability to handle remnants.
Yes.
Remnants are a natural byproduct of sheet fabrication.
Yeah.
And often what happens is you have to set the remnant up, figure out where it's going to go. This machine, you literally drop the remnant on the table, press a button, visually scans, takes a photograph of the remnant,
at the top.
figures out what shape, size it is, fits your remnant pieces into it, and then cuts them out. So easy to use.
Optimising your stock as well, you know, if you've got any waste product, or not waste but spare, you can utilise that.
Yeah, saving time, saving money. You don't want to have scrap, you don't want to have a waste, make the most of that. Oh, that's nice, having that fan
like
blowing on us.
Beyonce then for a moment.
And then I guess the last machine to talk about is this beautiful Brevis 1212AJ. So what is this machine?
This is a fibre laser, and this has a very, very small footprint. This is ideal when you're looking at maybe prototype work. You've got a smaller table here, but that's exactly what it's for. It's small footprint, but so useful within your shop.
It has all the capabilities of the other machines that we've talked about today. It's a smaller footprint. Why? Prototyping is key.
Yeah.
You can develop your process on this small machine, prove it out, get it working, and then run it full scale.
But then you're not stopping one of your full-size machines, are you? Then you've got this. I think what this allows you to have is a bit of flexibility. Also, just a quick one is I love all of these because it really showcases, you know, as a customer, you can come here and go, okay, this is what I'm cutting, or I'm cutting these materials, this is the thickness, and you can see the capabilities of the machine right there in front of you.
I mean, this machine, it's got the power, it's got the grunt to cut through 12 mil stock. I mean, that's a serious amount. On such a small machine, it can do an awful lot of work. And then we're back here, look, our wonderful 80th Mount Fuji. Apparently the Amada office is over there. They can see the mountain from the window.
Oh, wow.
What a beautiful place to go. But as we said earlier on, this is their 80th anniversary, 80th birthday. This is a year of celebration for Amada. This is one of many open house events that they're laying on. Spectacular today.
Has been
really well attended, sold out. It was absolutely full
today. Was a sellout day.
The energy in here was palpable.
Yeah,
exciting, hot. Oh my God, it's been hot
warm
today. Not just the weather, but the technology as well. It's been a fantastic day.
And when we come back at Christmas, I think the temperature may be slightly different.
Could be a little bit colder, more bearable, more comfortable. What have been your major takeaways from today then, Lyndsey?
I honestly think my major takeaway, see this customer's still here, is the fact that the team members here, I could ask anyone anything about any machine. Everyone is so clued up. And all of the team members, not all, sorry, forgive me, but a lot of the team members started here as apprentices. Then they've gone into like refurbs, so they've helped refurb the machines. So, you know, and they want their careers to grow here. That's the main thing I've picked up here. And so obviously it's working for them, but it shows growth within the business and the fact that in 10 years' time, some of these guys, there won't be an issue or anything that they can't answer because they know the machines from the ground all the way up.
Yeah, their commitment to the apprenticeship program has been fascinating. We've interviewed some of their apprentices today. They're so knowledgeable, so passionate. An 18-year-old employee who could talk the hind legs off of a donkey about all of the machines that we've just walked past today. The passion is brilliant. So I've really enjoyed today.
Me too.
I get the impression you have too.
No, I have.
Food's been great. Weather's been a little bit sticky, but it's been a fabulous day.
Home for a shower.
So thank you for watching this video. It's been great fun. Hope that you've enjoyed it. Hope you're encouraged to reach out to the guys at Amada and learn about how their machines can help you in your fabrication jobs. But for now, I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Thank you very much. See you next time.